Hello everybody, and happy Homebrew Wednesday to you all. I hope we're all doing alright this week. Couple of things to tell you. But first, we're going to have a beer. And it's one of mine. This is the rhubarb one I did. I bottled it 16 days ago. And if you don't know it, what a rhubarb beer made up with what grains I'd got left, and a bit of an experiment, so I'll show you how it's turned out. I have had a couple just to see how it's going on, and I don't think it's turned out too bad. Just let me it's very, very cloudy and hazy, but it's nicely carbonated, and it will clear out. It just needs a bit of time in bottle. But on nose, definitely getting that rhubarb, and it smells of sweet rhubarb, but it's not. And we'll go in. Cheers everybody. And straight away you get rhubarb, and it's a long lasting taste of rhubarb, and it's quite dry, drier than I'd like it to be. No bitterness or very little, but there's a sharpness to it like you'd expect with rhubarb. And I've done rhubarb beers before, but I've done them with extract. Did them with Cooper's extract. I think it was light, can't quite remember. 2 tins of Cooper's extract, and that were a lot sweeter and not as dry or sour as this. Sour, tart, but I like it. I won't say it'd be one that you can do a session on, but 1 or 2 just for a bit of something different. I think it's alright. And I think I have got some bottled, in fact I can show you. I have bottled a few up with my caps on, with the intention of sending a few out, but I think it just needs a little bit more time. I don't think it's quite ready yet. It's very young. Might get another 2 or 3 weeks before I think of sending any out. So that's my rhubarb beer. Not too bad. And while we're on about beers, I did my my last Crafty Brews all grain kit. I did that last Saturday. Did it on Saturday. That's bubbling away, and quite a lot of hops have gone in that. There were 270 grams of hops in total, and I think it was 130 went in boil, and it's a 2-stage dry up. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. This 2-stage dry up, when it drops down to 10-20, you put half or whatever hops you've got left in, and then when it's finished, put rest in, leave it for 4 or 5 days. Mosaic, Magnum, Citra and Simcoe, and it smelled lovely, really did. So I've high hopes for that, but I came out a bit under. I can't remember what OG should have been at the beginning, but I were under. I worked it out. If it goes to 10-10, I'll get just under 4%, 3.8, 3.9, somewhere around there, which is fine, I'll take that. But while we're on about, when I was doing that brew, brewed it alright, did everything, finished it, and then went to turn it off and unplugged my lead to my boil pot, and my lead here, and if I don't know if you'll see that, all my leads just were on its way out to melt. I think I caught it just in time before it's done any damage to my element, but that's surprised me as that. So I need to get a new lead, and I got my pot. In fact, if I remember, up here I'll put a picture of my pot. I got from the homebrew shop, and it was a 56 litre pot, and it was 156 quid, and plus delivery. Oh no, delivery was free, but 156 quid. And went back on to look for a cable, and they do spares, they do spare cables. You got a 156 quid pot and cables 4 quid. That's all the cost, 4 quid. So makes you wonder, just for £4, what quality have they actually got in these leads? I know leads are usually fairly cheap, but £4 for a lead, and it's supposed to be a hot lead, which to all intents and purposes this is, or so I'm led to believe it is, but I wouldn't have thought it had done that. So it was £4 whatever pence for a lead, £6 odd delivery, so I ain't bothered. It was going to be like a tenner for a lead. So I've looked on Amazon Prime, and on Amazon Prime I can get the same lead for 4 quid. So it must be a standard, it must be that cheap. I thought they'd be dearer, but I can get it for £4 rather than 10, no delivery. I'll get that. So that's my boil pot issues. So until I get my lead, I'm out of action with my boil pot, but I've got one on now fermenting, and I've quite a few beers down here, and I've bought beers and I've plenty of beer. I've got some gas coming, so I get these pumps back on. I've been out of gas now for must be 2 months, maybe longer. Just been that busy at work, not been able to go get any, not been able to, I couldn't find any at first. Anyway, that's sorted now. I've got some gas coming. I get my kegs back on. I think that's it. Get my kegs back on and get some more brews done. I might, for my initial, just to get something in kegs, I might just do a couple of festival kits. I quite like the Razorback IPA, and if they've got it, I'll have to get a Golden Stag again. Two of their probably, in my opinion, two of their probably best kits that they do. There's still a few I haven't tried of theirs. They do a wheat beer one, and where I get them from, he's not had them in, so I won't mind trying that. On my son's girlfriend, although he keeps telling me she's not his girlfriend, but she's always here. She works at Ossett Brewery, and they were clearing, must have been one of the officers, were clearing one of the officers out the other day, and she brought me back a big bag. I think there were 30 odd, 40 pump badge, you know, pump badges what I was collecting, what I've got round top. 30 odd, 40 of them she fetched me. So I've took them all down, and they're all up front of my bar now. So I'll just put a clip in of them now, showing you my pump badges and how I'm going along with them. and with that, I think that's it for this week. I did say that I'd put Beanham Homebrew on my map on my last set of 4 off, which I have done, and I've done a video of the first of your 4 beers that I've tasted. That'll be out this week sometime, Friday maybe, or Saturday, and it was lovely, really good. He knows how to brew a beer, does Mick. And I think that's it, lads. So for this week, we'll call it, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, everybody.